Hello and welcome to your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus, your one-stop shop for everything travel related. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. Of course, in our episode or show rather, we are going to take a look at the latest news in the industry while swinging over to destinations that you must visit. And of course, we discuss a trending topic within Namibian borders or beyond Namibian borders regarding the tourism industry. We will be right back on the other side of this with more. Starting us off in our topics, farmers in the Mashare constituency in the Kavango East region are facing serious crop losses after elephants repeatedly invaded fields in several settlements, destroying crops and leaving families worried about food security. A councillor for the constituency, Petrus Kashumali, said the elephant issue started in February and continues to affect communities, including the settlements of Baramasoni, Vikota and Rupesho Taratara. He said the problem is widespread and is affecting several rural households that rely entirely on subsistence farming for their livelihood. At the moment, several settlements are being affected. It has become a big problem, and it is also becoming a security issue for the community, he said. The councillor warned that many families in Mashare are completely dependent on farming for food and survival. They wanted to harvest, but now nothing is coming out of their fields, he said. Then what are they going to eat if they are only dependent on farming and then there is nothing? Some of the affected settlements fall under the Kapinga Kamuhari Conservation Area, where individuals working under the conservation area are supposed to respond and chase away elephants when they enter settlements and fields. Moving over to our next topic, Namibia has launched a nationwide customer service excellence initiative aimed at improving hospitality standards across the tourism sector, with authorities saying the program will play a key role in strengthening visitor experiences and boosting the country's competitiveness as a global travel destination. The initiative, branded Welcome Host, was launched in Windhoek by the Namibia Tourism Board in collaboration with the Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security Ministry. The launch also marked the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the two institutions, cementing a joint commitment to improving visitor experiences, enhancing customer service standards, and promoting Namibia as a safe, welcoming, and world-class destination. The Welcome Host initiative aims to instill a culture of professionalism and hospitality through the tourism value chain, with a strong focus on emotional intelligence, communication skills, customer care, conflict resolution, and service ethics. The program will be implemented nationally over the next 3 years and target personnel stationed at ports of entry and tourism-facing service points across the country. Moving on to our next topic, Ultimate Safaris, one of Namibia's most established conservation-driven tourism companies, has officially rebranded as Ultimate.earth, marking a significant evolution in its identity and long-term vision. The move reflects an expanded commitment to conservation, community empowerment, and purposeful travel across Africa. While the name has changed, the organization emphasizes that its core values and philosophy remain unchanged. For nearly 2 decades, Ultimate Safaris has been recognized for pioneering responsible tourism experiences built on authenticity, strong conservation partnerships, and meaningful engagement with local communities and conservancies. The transition to Ultimate.earth signals the next phase of that journey, one that extends beyond traditional safari offerings to embrace a broader mission, positioning travel as a direct force for environmental and social good. Ultimate.earth reflects who we have become and where we are going, said Tristan Carley, the managing director of Ultimate.earth. This is more than a rebrand. It is a reaffirmation of our belief that conservation, community, and commerce can work together to protect wild places and create meaningful impact. The challenges facing our planet require bold thinking, collaboration, and long-term commitment, and we want our identity to reflect that. Despite the new brand direction, the company's leadership, ownership structure, and team remain unchanged. That concludes our topics. On the other side of this, we are taking a look at destinations that you must visit. First up in our destinations, we are at Café Anton rather, and here Hades Neyman reflects on the 60 years of Café Anton and Hotel Schweizerhaus in Swakopmund, from its beginnings under her parents Manfred Anton and his wife to its growth into a family-run coastal landmark known for its cakes, guest house history, and loyal customers. Let's have a look.
Exactly today, 60 years ago, my parents opened the Café Anton. At that time it was called Café und Konditorei, but later the public of Swakopmund named it Café Anton. They bought the piece of ground a year earlier with an old house on it and opened the first four guest rooms in the house. Mm-hmm. Then they started adding on in that year, and four additional rooms and the cafe and a small kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And then we see it's called Hotel Schweizerhaus. That was a year later, you said, or a year earlier.
Yeah.
All right. And what has it developed into now? What is it today?
I think over the 60 years, Café Anton has actually become world known and a landmark of Swakopmund. A few years back, I was in Germany, and I was looking at a shop for an article, and I took a newspaper and I read through it, and there was, for instance, should the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte be named or only able to be named at a certain location in Germany where it originated from. And then in the article they wrote, yes, what would happen to Café Anton in Swakopmund, Namibia, with their Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. So, yeah.
Who actually bakes? Because I mean, every day we've got people, locals and visitors alike, they come here behind you, they sit here outside. You've got the best location in Swakopmund of the whole promenade, amphitheater, everything, the mall, got the ocean, we've got the palm trees, today we've got a beautiful blue sky. You've got a lot of cake here, you've got some good coffees, all that type of stuff. Who bakes your cakes?
Okay, let me start in the beginning. Yeah. My dad, who was a professional master baker and confectioner, he started it. Yeah. And then when I married Andre Sneyman, Andre was very versatile, and he had to learn to bake, which he did, and he later trained staff of ours. And the first guy he trained, he's still here with us, juniors. It's 37 years. And what was amazing, juniors at that time couldn't read or write. So my husband gave him everything in measurements like cups and spoons. And this guy, up to today, he has got most of the recipes in his head.
Wow.
So if I come after a year, says, I want this in this cake, I get it.
Wow.
And then he trained other bakers. And then my youngest daughter, who's actually, she's a learned hairdresser. Mm. When she came home, she said one day, Mama, can I please go to Germany to learn the finer baking, because she could bake already. And I said, yes, of course. And she came back, and she's actually the head of the bakery today, and with new ideas. And
wow. What
nice team.
You say what's that German cake again? The Kirschtorte?
Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
What's that in English?
Black Forest cake.
Black Forest cake. Is that the same recipe that's been there all the time?
Yes, it's the same recipe. Here in Namibia, we sometimes struggle with, for instance, fresh cream, which is a real issue. But otherwise, it's same as in Germany.
You've got the restaurant on the inside, outside. How many rooms does the Schweizerhaus have now?
We've got 20 rooms.
20 rooms. All right. What does 60 years mean to you, and what does it mean to Swakopmund?
Well, to me, having to write a speech for today, many memories came back, and so many that you cannot use them all in the speech because it's just far too much. But so nice memories, and I think for Swakopmund it was a great addition. And we have many tourists that come just past and say, "Oh, we came to Swakopmund, but we have to come here and just get some cake before we go back to South Africa or wherever."
Yeah. What would you say was your biggest or your darkest moment, biggest challenge?
The darkest moments, I think, when my husband died, my grandmother died, more the death that shook us. Corona was one, but after looking back, in Corona, we came out well out of it. I had most of my old staff is back with some additional new staff, so
Yeah.
we always look into the front, and that becomes a good day every day.
What would you say is your highlight?
My highlight is that although I didn't first want to go into the business originally, I felt home, and we made the best of it, and it came out well, and especially that my kids came back out of their own free will.
Yeah.
And to join me in this business.
So it remains a family business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a family business, but like I wrote also in my speech, it's not only the family by birth or marriage, also my staff, my friends, suppliers. With many, it feels like we are a huge, big family.
Yeah.
And this is so seldom.
How many people work here, plus minus?
About sometimes between 20 and 30.
Yeah. All right. Any last message? How do you see the future? Another 60 years? Another 100 years? What do you see? Any developments, plans, things like that?
No special developments. I think I myself will stay in the business as long as my kids want me here. And I feel if I should go into retirement, that feels like, I feel people get old when they go and retire.
Yeah.
So I will stay as long as I can. And
but for Café Anton?
Yeah, I think we try and do our best, give the best service and keep the standard. And I here would like to thank especially all our customers over all the years. And we have got many who are really long-time customers, and all our suppliers, but also like the service providers like the police and municipality, and yeah, it's just a big thank you to everybody.
Nog 'n keer baie welkom aan almal. Dankie. I don't now have to say anything but dear family and friends, let's celebrate Heidi and the family, and please enjoy yourselves to Café Anton in another many years.
In our next stop, we are at the Otjibamba Lodge, providing garden views. Otjibamba Lodge in Otjiwarongo provides accommodations, an outdoor swimming pool, a garden, a terrace, a restaurant, and a bar. Executive Director of Enjoy Travel Namibia, Carly Abrantes, chats with Speranka Petrus, the acting lodge supervisor. Let's have a look.
Speranka, thank you so much for making time to tell our viewers about Otjibamba Lodge. I really appreciate it. So could you please, let's dive straight in. Tell them, when did you guys get started?
Thank you for hosting me. So we started Otjibamba. It had been closed down, and it started in 2020 when it was built again.
Okay.
It started from scratch, and then it's been going till now.
Wow.
Yes.
So you guys made it through COVID, and it is what it is today.
Yes, we made it through COVID, and then it's then up to today, and we are still running it up to today. Yes.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful place, and for those of you at home, it is literally 4 kilometers from Otjiwarongo, which today we learned it means beautiful place. And Otjibamba, like Otjiwarongo, is a beautiful place.
Yes.
So right over here next to us, we've got the lovely sparkling swimming pool. We've got the waterhole where currently I can see some nyala. But what else do you guys have visiting the waterhole?
We have some few more animals that come around, like the ostriches, the guinea fowls, and the ducks and all that.
Okay.
We have some small more animals that come around.
So I can imagine when it gets close to sunset, the waterhole is very lively and active.
Yes, and they know the time of feeding. So when you come in the afternoon, you'll find all the different animals, and you can tell, okay, we are full of animals really.
Great. So the guests must love that, because the fire pit, the swimming pool, everything is geared to being able to view the waterhole.
Yes, they love the place. They even come to sit at the fireplace just to see a closer view of our animals.
I can imagine in winter
Yes.
it must be stunning.
It's so cold and they love to go.
Yes, then the
inside.
fireplace
Yes.
is nice and warm.
Yes.
Quickly tell me, Speranza, how many rooms have you guys got at Otjibamba, and what are the different types of accommodation you offer?
We have 20 rooms in total.
Okay.
In those 20 rooms, we have 2 luxury rooms and 2 family rooms, which are the family interleading,
Okay.
and then 2 travel rooms. So in that, we just offer bed and breakfast. That's it for the accommodation. But we also have an open restaurant for in case that you like to eat. We also
Yes.
have that. So
Okay.
yes.
Yes, I do believe the chef here is Chef Gus, and he spoils people properly for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, all of it.
It's finger licking good. When they're done, they say, "Oh, that was the best." But please say thank you to the chef.
Good. Oh, that's a wonderful
Yes.
news.
Yes.
And quickly tell me, okay, so our guests have heard that whether they're a couple of 2, whether they're a family with 3 kids, if they're a bigger family with the interleading rooms, I assume it can take 4 people, potentially more if they have to.
Yes, just more. Maximum is just 4 people.
Okay.
We don't go beyond that, especially
Okay.
for the family interleading room.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And then, are you guys open to day visitors, or is the restaurant strictly for guests?
No, we are open for day visitors, especially for the restaurant.
Okay.
But the pool is just for our in-house guests and not
Yes,
for
they do
the
have
day
to feel
visit.
like they are being spoiled a little bit.
And when we allow day visitors, we don't allow too much noise. It's just
Okay.
just come because we come here for relaxation, not for too much noise.
I hear you.
Yes.
Quickly tell me, other than the waterhole and the swimming pool, I think you guys also have conferencing facilities here, if I'm correct.
Yes, we do have. We do host events.
Okay.
For our conference, we have also the private people that if they would like to come, the conference is open for them anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well, you guys know where to come. Otjibamba Lodge, just out of Otjiwarongo. You guys have everything that you need here and then some.
All right, I think we have rounded up our trip in destinations. On the other side of this, we take a look at a trending topic in our To The Point segment. Adam Hartman reports on ongoing concerns around coastal management in Swakopmund, focusing on the latest developments and responses to beach erosion along the town's shoreline.
So Swakopmund, being next to the Atlantic Ocean, is not immune to wave erosion. It's currently high seas or high tide. And as you can see, the waves are coming in and washing up quite high on what used to be quite a sandy beach. People used to come play here, sunbathe here, walk around here, walk their dogs here. It was a lot of sand. But as you can see, the water's come quite high, and you see a whole series of rocks being placed there by the municipality. So the municipality is aware of the erosion taking place, especially on Swakopmund's southern beaches. And what they resorted to is to try and preserve the beaches. They placed large rocks and boulders in order to stop the wave action and to stop the erosion. But this has become an expensive matter. It's unsightly. It makes access, it limits access. And the solution is actually short term, because if you look carefully, you can see that rocks are even washing away from where the areas have been placed. You can actually see how the rocks are being washed into the sea as well. So now the municipality has realized this problem, and they have decided recently at they resolved at their last council meeting, they resolved that they're going to resort to another measure, a measure which is more, which I believe is more sustainable, and which will solve a lot of these problems that I said came along with the rocks. And what they decided they're going to do is they're going to go to our northern beaches where there is a surplus of sand, excess sand. And they're going to be removing this sand. They're going to be picking the sand up on trucks, and they're going to be dropping it in these areas. So instead of using rocks, they're going to use sand to reclaim the beaches, which is a very interesting concept because we've got both. We've got sand and we've got a place that requires sand. So EIAs, they're going to be doing consultations. They're going to find out how this is going to work. They're going to obviously see what the impacts are and so forth. But so far, it's an idea that the municipality is definitely looking into. Just to give you an example of the wave action, just where I'm standing currently, you've got the old wooden bridge there. You can see it's pretty busted up. It's been washed out. The sand has been washed out from underneath it. They placed rocks there. Even the rocks are being pulled back into the ocean. You can see the pathway here is still being washed away. The sand that I'm standing on is wet. So in other words, the water from the high seas or the high tide actually managed to come over these rocks and spill over the water and still continue to erode this area. So even this walkway, the second walkway that they tried to fix up, is breaking up because of the erosion. So currently the municipality, they wanted to fix this walkway, they wanted to fix this bridge, but because of the wave action and the unsustainability of putting rocks here, they put it on hold until they find a more permanent, feasible solution. So currently people have, you can see there's a detour walkway, a makeshift walkway that was built, and a makeshift wooden bridge that was built so that people can at least walk along our beautiful beach. So behind me we've got the Tiger Reef beach bar and restaurant. This is probably one of the most famous restaurants in Swakopmund because it's right next to the ocean. They've been here for a very long time, and you want to come here for a sundowner. You've got the Atlantic, the sun that goes down. It's just a lovely place to be. It's a typical beach bar though, or beach venue. As you can see, the waves are coming in. As you can see, there are portions that have broken off. There used to be a walkway there that's been washed away. It doesn't stop the owners from continuing business though, because they've adapted to this whole thing. What they do is they just shape shift their restaurant to fit the environment, and life goes on, which is fantastic. It's probably very costly, but it's a very unique area, but it just shows that the Atlantic is relentless this side of Swakopmund. This is again the south side. We've got the Swakop River on the other side, and usually when the Swakop River comes down, it came down last year, it brings with it a whole bunch of sand, you know, from the inland, and it washes into the ocean, and this can sometimes change the shoreline, sometimes for the good, sometimes not for the good, and this can also affect a lot what's going on here. So the Swakop River does play a role in the sand deposit that it brings. But this Atlantic is relentless, and that is why Swakopmund municipality is trying to do something to address it. So behind me we've got what we call Swakopmund's North Beach, and as you can see, contrary to our South Beach, there's a lot of sand, a lot of sand. Sand, actually call it excessive sand. Naturally, it's been like this for a very, very long time, as far as I can remember. And what they want to do is they want to take the sand, excavate the sand, and move it to the southern beach hotspots, where the erosion hotspots are. And they want to deposit the sands there and sort of stabilize those beaches. So what they will do is they put it onto the lower shore, and they will try and make it as natural as possible. How would one say, the line, the shoreline, they'll make it as natural as possible, and they'll allow the wind and the water to sort of stabilize it over time. So for them, this is obviously a much more feasible idea. We've got enough sand here. The areas down there need sand, so why not just move the sand? It sounds like a great idea. We are starting with a pilot project. They're going to see how this works. They're going to continue to study, to see the impact, the effects thereof. They're going to consult, and hopefully this will definitely be a permanent solution.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. They do say all good things do come to an end. And on that note, do catch us next week, same time, same place. From me, Glenora Shipura, until next time.